Welcome into Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweets. The first one is for you, Ali.
Oh, is it?
Yesterday, many of the pundits took a well over 30 minutes to criticise Pogba. I don't think it was 30 minutes anyway.
Okay.
For taking that penalty. Isn't it relevant to let the best player on the pitch take the pen when he wants to? If Rashford took and missed it, would have been different. Isn't this an agenda against Paul Pogba?
No. First of all, inaccurate statement when you say that the best player on the field is the one to take the penalty. Many of the best players are not necessarily the best penalty takers. That's one.
You never took penalties, did you?
But I was the best player. Okay, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Look, the other thing is that Marcus Rashford had taken a penalty the week before and had scored it decisively. No problem. No drama whatsoever. And he actually made a move towards getting the ball, and it was Paul Pogba who then kind of pushed Rashford away and said, I'm going to take it because I got fouled. Our criticism, more so than Paul Pogba, our criticism was, if you're Marcus Rashford and you are the penalty taker and you just took one last week, you grab that ball and you don't let go.
Jules, from your French perspective, what did you make of it all?
I made of it that they are the two penalty takers chosen by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's the one who feels like he's going to score it that takes it. Pogba clearly felt like he was the guy to take it against Wolves. Like Rashford felt he was the one to take it against Chelsea when the foul was on him the weekend before, and took it and scored it this time. And that's why I think there was no much of an argument between the two. Rashford said, "Okay, you feel like taking it, you take it then." And Rashford after the game on English TV said, it's okay. Well, he has taken many before. Okay, he's missed 4 out of 11, which is a lot in the last 12 months. But still, he wanted to take it. He's taken it, and I think there was a lot made out of it that was not really necessary.
But surely now Solskjaer's got to make a decision, Jules, isn't he?
I mean, I think that nothing will change. I think there will be the two penalty takers.
It should change. As you just mentioned, he's scored 7. He's missed 4 of his last 11. Rashford has not missed 4 of his last 11. Give him the pens until he mucks up, surely.
Yeah, but there might be a game where Rashford said, "You know what? I don't feel 100% to take it. You go and take it," or you just don't know how you feel at that moment where you're about to take the penalty, and that's why it's not that clear or that easy in a way between them two. It would be how they feel on that moment in that game. Let's say Rashford has been kicked out the whole time in a game next weekend, for example, or the weekend after, and there's a pen, and he might feel at the 90th minute or something, he might feel like, "You know what, you're fresher than me, Paul, take it." And Pogba will take it and maybe score it. And I think it's just not black and white, "Oh, you missed one, so I'm the next one to take it." It's how they feel on the moment as well.
But that's exactly the point. And that's why we were talking about Marcus Rashford. That if you are the guy and you want to be the guy, and Romelu Lukaku just walked out the door last week, and now the goals are going to come from you, and you're supposed to be Manchester United version of Sergio Aguero, say for example, then you take the penalty. You don't pass it on. A striker in that position, you're the penalty taker. You don't pass on the ball. You simply don't.
Ryan?
I said it yesterday. I think this is a case where someone who is apparently your penalty kick taker has scored his last penalty.
Yeah.
Normally, that person will take it every single time. Certainly, there's times, as what Jules saying, where a player just doesn't feel like. There's been times when I was supposed to be a penalty kick taker, and I just was off the whole game. I couldn't find my footing correctly. My touch was off, and I knew somebody else who could take penalties on our team. I would actually say, "Hey, you take this one," right? So that stuff happens. To Ali's point, that's not what happened here.
Right.
And so you're putting yourself into a position now, especially this is what would be interesting to see who actually takes the next one, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has basically said, "I leave it to the players to make the decision." You could see Pogba was strong and emphatic in his want and need to take that kick. What happens the next time? Knowing Pogba, he has confidence upon confidence. Does he say to Rashford, "I want to take it again"? I would probably think so.
Yeah.
And say, he thinks he can make it. This is where Solskjaer has to step in and say, "Listen, Rashford takes the penalties until he misses. Then we can open the discussion again.
Should post-match player ratings be scrapped along with half and half scarves? Did you boys look at your player ratings?
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever have an issue with them? Did you ring up whoever did?
No, I never rung up. But certainly when you opened up the...
You check it out?
Oh, my gosh. Back in the day when Soccer America was the only one really given ratings with the national team, I couldn't find a good rating. Ridge Mahoney comes up to me and goes, hey, just so you know, I'm
Soccer America writer.
I'm fighting really hard for you because nobody else on the staff likes you.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm like, that is amazing.
Wow.
Well, thank you very much, Ridge.
Ali, did you look at your ratings?
No.
No?
Well, it's probably best that I didn't. But no, I did not. I didn't read anything about whether it was national team or. It probably would have been more important to me at the national team level.
Yes.
They tend to be a little bit more, shall we say, passionate.
They're a big deal in L'Équipe, aren't they, Jules? Obviously, people bring that up. Who did they give a 0 to? Was it last year or the year before? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I mean, not just in L'Équipe, but in France, but also in a lot of European countries. It's a big thing, and the players, trust me, that's the first thing, sometimes the only thing they read in the newspapers is the ratings. And I've had many phone calls or many threats or stuff like that from players or managers as well, calling and saying like, you're a bloody disgrace. How could you rate him 4 out of 10 or 3 out of 10 or 2, sometimes even more? I've had really funny incidents with players and stuff like that. But yes, and I like doing them because I think you want to do your best of writing with no agenda at all. Some have agendas, or try not to have an agenda, but writing how the reflection of what a player did for someone who didn't watch the game, couldn't listen to it on radio or whatever. When they read the papers, you want them to feel, okay, this guy did this and he did well, or this guy was poor, had an off day, this and that. And I feel they're really important for the readers as well, as much as for the players or whoever else is involved in the game.
The important thing about it is that sometimes the player ratings influence the rhetoric.
Right.
So it may just be Julian's opinion,
Most
but now then readers can get to it and say, well, Brian was awful.
Yeah.
And so now it becomes a story.
Snowballs, yeah.
Yes, and so then we pick it up and we put look at the player rating for Brian. Yes, he is awful.
Yeah.
Eventually, Brian.
And then Brian can't take a penalty.
Yeah, he can't take a penalty.
It's a shot. Are there any early MLS Americanisms that you would like to see come back, Brian? Shootouts, countdown clocks, early team names that weren't United or FC?
No, I like the transition that we've made.
The shootouts are brilliant. Did you ever take part in one?
Yes.
Did you score? So for those who don't know, this is where you picked up the ball at the halfway line.
No, it's 35 yards out.
35 yards out.
You had 10 seconds.
10 seconds to score.
And first of all, as we've talked about on the show, this isn't a player that was gifted with pace.
Right.
So the amount of times I've been in on a breakaway, pretty slim.
Yeah.
But I'm a goal scorer, so I've got to figure out, all right, I know I'm not rounding the keeper.
Yes.
So I've got to get an angle and find, hopefully, the keeper not reacting. So I was not a fan of...
Were you ever tempted to just pop the ball up and hit it?
Yeah, and hit it.
Now you're going to make me mad.
Jules, how good is Rennes' Camavinga?
He's amazing. He's really, really special. I think he's 16. He, like I said earlier, he bossed the game against PSG, but PSG were bad. But still, if you look beyond that, from what he did, even at the end of last season when he started training and playing with the first team, what he did with the youth teams, where he was miles above, miles better than anyone else. And the future is certainly very, very bright for him. Like I said, he's only 16. He's got a contract until 2022 with Rennes. There's no way he's going to stay all that time over there, although he probably would be good for his development. But big clubs are already looking at him because I think he's really something very special.
Last time we saw Jules go so misty-eyed under a youngster, it was Kylian Mbappe. What happened to him? No, never heard of him again. Chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, or chicken wings? Also, what sauce would you have?
Chicken wings and original buffalo. None of this other nonsense.
See, I went boneless.
Yeah, well, that's not a chicken wing.
People shout.
That's not a chicken wing.
It saves the fat for the bones.
Yeah, but then it's not a chicken wing. It's a chicken tender or a chicken nugget.
Right. So I'm a chicken tender, grilled.
Grilled.
Oh, here we go.
Brian, look at you. Body is a temple.
Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Jules?
Who goes to a bar and orders a grilled chicken tender? Come on, man. That's no bar.
You know what? It's funny you say that. This past weekend, dropping my daughter off at school,
You did.
we're sitting there just moving and trying to find some furniture, and I'm like, oh, the Man City game's on. Man City Tottenham's game's on. Where can we find it?
Right.
And she's like, well, I think Buffalo Wild Wings has games on right there. I said,
Yes.
yeah. So, I am in there
I know.
and ordering that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they failed to put the game on.
Well, of course.
So,
First of all,
upset them.
the place
I was-
is Buffalo Wild Wings, and you order chicken tenders.
so I
First
watched
issue.
it afterwards.
Hey, Ali.
Yeah.
I know you took dance appreciation in college.
Yes. I
What?
Yeah?
Yes.
That's where you met Melissa.
Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
All right, well, that was a smart class.
I broke it down, baby.
Was wondering if you could break down those dance moves from Venezuela's Little League team yesterday.
Oh.
I didn't see this.
Okay. Get it.
Yeah.
Get it. Wait. Wait.
Nice.
I mean, I like it, but they didn't teach us that in dance appreciation, I'll tell you that much. I like that. Hey, they're winning. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah?
Venezuela's doing well, Little League World
How are
Series.
you at baseball? You must have played
I
it. growing
think
up.
not today, though.
What? Did we lose to Curaçao?
You were down by quite a bit when we popped into tape. Sorry to bring
Wow.
the bad news. Maybe they came back.
That's where Sebi is at the moment, isn't he? He's covering Little League.
Let's keep them there.
And that is it. Thank you very much. Thanks to Jules. We will be back tomorrow. I think Sid might be here. Oh, Ian Dark is here, definitely. And Sid, there you are. And Ali?
I'm off, baby.
Oh,
Soccer field coming in tomorrow.
Oh,
Backyard.
Backyard.
Yeah.
We need pictures.